Gotta give it up for Coach. Big shout out to the coaches. You see, my coach, he believed in me since jump.
And welcome to another edition of Tough Talk with Coach P. I, of course, am your man, Coach P, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Today, we have a very special guest on the show, and this is also the time where we're going to do our True to Self Spotlight, where we find an athlete that is true to the grind, true to the process, but most importantly, true to self. Today's true to self athlete is none other than Lincoln High School's own and now Oregon commit Prince Tavizon. This young man is one of the best defensive end edge players in the nation, and I'm so proud to have him on the show. Not only is this young man a great man on the field, he's a great young man off the field as well, who has a great backstory, and it really is the reason why he is driven to greatness. So we're going to talk a little bit before we get into that interview about what true to self really stands for. What does it mean to be true to self? And for all you young athletes out there that are wondering what true to self stands for, it really is about being true to you. It's about not following the crowd. It's about going in your own direction. It's about finding your own path and not being afraid to blaze a trail. Also, if there's not a trail there yet, it's being able to be the first to the mark, because that is what's been put into you. Being true to self means no matter what anybody tells you, when you've been given a passion, when you've been given a vision, you're going to go for it no matter what, because you're true to self. A person that is true to self is going to forsake the things that are going to stop them from reaching their goals. A person that is true to self is disciplined. A person that is true to self, smart, person that is true to self is inquisitive, and they want to know when they can do better, which means they are accountable. So now that we've summed up what true to self is, we're going to get into this true to self athlete. You are listening to Tough Talk with Coach P. I, of course, am your man, Coach P. And as I usually do about this time, if you have not taken the time to click that subscribe button on Spotify, you are doing yourself a disservice. Please follow us and subscribe right now to our Spotify channel, Tough Talk with Coach P. Also follow us on all social media at Coach P Tough Talk. Again, you are listening to Tough Talk with Coach P. I am your man, Coach P. We will be right back after this commercial break from the Standard Academy.
The Standard is a youth mentorship program empowering young men ages 8 to 14 through athletics, personal growth, and structured guidance. Built on the values of discipline, teamwork, and integrity, the Standard connects sports with life lessons to help participants develop confidence, leadership, and strong character on and off the field.
And welcome back to Tough Talk with Coach P. I, of course, am your man, Coach P, and I have a very, very, very special guest on the True to Self Athlete Spotlight today. Young Prince Tavizon of Lincoln High School, the beast, the baller, the man, the myth, the legend, the Oregon commit. Prince, how are you, my man? Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate you for having me on. I'm doing good.
Absolutely. Now, I hear you are training like a madman right now. Before I get into the interview, let me know how that's going and talk to me about what a typical day looks like for you right now.
So I wake up, eat breakfast, of course. Well, I would take my sister to school, eat breakfast when I get back, do homework like almost all day till like 4:30, and then at 3 I go pick up my sister, and then I go work out. And
that's what's up. All right. So who you working out with? Shout out your trainer. You know that type of stuff. Talk
Coach
about
Bryce. Coach Bryce.
Okay.
I met him my freshman year. He helped Lincoln like lift and stuff.
Okay.
I grew like a little relationship with him. He's a good guy, and make sure I'm doing the right things.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So let's just get back into this thing, man. Growing up in San Diego, talk to me about who kept you on track, man. Growing up in San Diego, who kept you on track? Who are the ones that kept you on this path that you're on right now?
I would say my mom. Shout out my mom, her for sure, and my uncle he's the one who actually got me into football. I didn't
Okay.
really want to play football when I was younger, but he convinced my mom. I was like, all right, I'll do it. But he was on me from the start. So I would say my Uncle Herb used
That's
to
what's up.
used to be the coach for the Bonita Bucks a long time
Okay.
ago.
So what age were you then when you kind of found the football and was like, okay, I might be able to do this?
If I'm not mistaken, I was 8 turning 9 or 7 turning 8.
Okay.
So
Okay. Back in that time, it was a golden age in youth football out here. Who did you play for when you were playing youth football?
So the first team I ever played for was it was a team called the Bandits.
Okay.
Uh
Okay.
yeah, it was a long time ago.
Was that like an 8-man team? That was off season football, or was that during the seasons?
I don't know what it was. I think it was kind of like an all-star team kind of, but that was the first team I played with. And then I think after that I played for the Bonita Buccaneers.
Okay.
And then I've been with them. I was with them for a long time. And then after like I think the COVID year,
Okay.
we had to make an all-star team to go to Florida with the Bolts. And then I was with the Bulls ever since then.
That's what's up. So through that journey, youth football, you end up at Lincoln. You started at Lincoln. Is that where we started our high school football journey? Talk about that transition going from youth football and then stepping into Lincoln where the expectations are really high at Lincoln High School.
Right. It was really like, for me, it was kind of hard because I was like a freshman. I was an incoming freshman, you know. Youth football is way different than high school football.
Yes, it
And it
is.
was like, I got to work 10 times harder than everybody, basically.
Right.
And then I had the opportunity to play varsity my freshman year. I didn't like play a lot, but I got my feet wet, you know, to see
Right.
what it was like. So yeah, really it was a big transition going into high school, but I just kept my head down and kept working.
We don't chase. We create. They knock. They watch. We keep working. We keep building. We don't look up. Crowds form. We stay seated. Because the real ones find you. You don't gotta go nowhere. Just be true to self. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Talk about that program over there at Lincoln and how people really need to understand that Lincoln is really preparing athletes for the next level. I mean, you got guys going everywhere coming out of Lincoln now. Talk about that environment at Lincoln High School that separates it from, pretty much every other high school experience out there.
I would say Lincoln High School, people like talk bad about it, but it's not that. It's just like there's a lot of BS that go around, just like going around at
Right.
Lincoln and stuff like. But it's like you just gotta keep yourself out of it and like stay on track on to what you want to do, like with the
Right.
football stuff and everything. Like make sure you're in all your classes, getting your work done, doing the right thing, not putting yourself in a position where something happens and you like people blame the school, but it's really not the school. It's just like it's your actions,
No, see that's awesome, right? A lot of young men in some of those situations don't really understand that part about the self accountability.
Yeah.
And I know that Coach Dunn, really preaches that. Talk about that experience, being there with the legendary Coach Dunn.
Coach Dunn's a great guy. Like you said with the accountability stuff, he like really showed me like you got to take accountability on the things you do and the things you like didn't do. You know what I mean? Like I could have, like say last season, I could have had more sacks. He said you should have held yourself responsible for getting more of those sacks, And like it was just the little things he would tell me to do, and I just do it, because it's Coach Dunn, like
Right.
legend. So yeah,
Right. Right. Nah, man, that's awesome. And being at Lincoln High School, being in that environment, you guys are used to winning championships and state titles. Talk about what it's like to live up to that, at the school, and then passing the torch as you go on to Oregon, passing the torch to the next young DN, young edge guy that's going to take your place and fill your shoes.
Yeah. So like when we won a state, I think we literally lost CIF the year before that.
Right.
So like, the older guys that were ahead of me leaving that the next year was like, man, we can't do this, because they won a state. I think they won a state title their freshman year, or sophomore year. So
Right.
we all need to put our heads down and just keep grinding as a team, as a unit, And like we can't let nothing get in our way. And there was so many workouts we did together. Like we did like a Marine workout with the Marines on the beach and stuff. That was crazy.
I
feel
bet.
like a team that wins championships is a team that is like together and like as one unit. Like they move as a team, everything. Like I feel like that's what a championship team is. There can't be no odd one out. We all got to be on the same page. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And as a coach myself, I love unselfish athletes, guys that really understand, guys that really get it. Those are the ones that you can build around. And you've definitely been one of those pieces. So I want to talk about the accolades this year. You won a pretty coveted award. Talk about that. What was that like? Did you know you were going to win? Talk to me about that.
The underdog award?
Yes.
They told me I was going to win it. I was like, okay. And then when I got it and when I got on stage, I was like, damn, this is crazy. And there was like so many people. So I was nervous. I kind of shed a tear or two, but that award means a lot to me, being an underdog, coming from my situations that I came from, like everything I go through, it meant a lot for me, for real. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And you being a young man, making that transition from high school, going to college, and again, going through what you have to go through to achieve those things. What is the mindset? Okay, because and this is and the reason why I asked this question is because there are a lot of young men that are in your shoes that don't have an outlet, right? Or that don't have an example to see that, hey, I had Robbie Rouse on the show. He has a tough background and he made it. He's now the running back coach at Cal Poly and he's giving back. Talk to me about that, the mindset that gets you going every day, knowing that you got to make it somewhere and nothing's going to stop you.
I said mindset that I picked up throughout my years of playing football. It was actually like my last year of youth. I played on this all-star team with Coach Tone. He's a coach in LA.
I know Tone very well.
Yeah, he told us be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like waking up or at the crack of dawn, doing things you don't want to do, like working out and stuff. He's like, if you do that, then you're going to be all right. And I just took it, I ran with it, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like doing things that other people wouldn't want to do. Like every day there's somebody getting better than you. What are you doing to be better than that person? You know what I mean? And then having a mindset like you said, I gotta go get it. If I'm not feeding the family, who is? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
I just my end goal is I gotta make it. Like I gotta make it and keep running with it. So
that's what's up. That was a very big boy answer of you. And I really appreciate that.
You don't just show up, you show out every damn day. This ain't your average energy boost. Young Star Energy Gummies give today's future athletes clean fuel with real results. No jitters, no crash, just straight up energy and faster bounce back. Clinically shown to support energy, muscle recovery, and cellular health. Young Star, stay lit, recover quick, and level up.
So we're going to move on a little bit to college. We decided Oregon. So and you were getting recruited by quite a few schools. Talk to me about why Oregon. What made them stand out over all the rest, and why you feel you have the best opportunity to succeed there?
I've been a fan of Oregon since I was like I can't even remember. Like when I first started playing football, that's when I started like getting into watching football and stuff. And Oregon is just like a team that stood out to me. When they started recruiting me, they just like were on me quick. Like they tried to take me in as a family, you know. I went out there like 4 or 5 times, and it was like they treat me like I'm already one of them, you know. No other school is really on me like that, you know. They show me that like we care for you, we want you here, you know. And like I grew a great relationship with the edge coach. I call him every once in a while when he's not busy, you know. It's hard being a coach, so I understand. I give him like his space, you know. And he's like, call me for anything. I'm like, I'm gonna give you your space because I know it's hard. So, but yeah, I grew a relationship with him, and just like all the guys on the team, they're all good people. They're not. I feel I haven't seen a lot, but I feel like they're not selfish. You know, they want everybody to win around them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's people on teams who's like, oh, I don't give a fuck what he's doing. I'm just trying to get it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah.
I do. And that's what's up. I mean, it sounds like that family atmosphere, the same type of family atmosphere that you guys have developed at Lincoln is a big thing at Oregon. And that was what went into your decision. I think that's amazing. And I think that's a good reason to go. Now, talk to me about what you like to do off the field, right? So you're going to go up to Oregon. What are we thinking about studying at Oregon?
I was either deciding on business or psychology, but I figured out there's business psychology. So I might just do that, you know?
That's what's, listen, in the days now in college football, and I won't get into too much NIL and all that other good stuff with you, but in this day of that, right? Why not take advantage of the education side of school so that when you do transition, whatever that transition is from college football, whether it be the NFL, and I put that up to God for you right now, young man, if that is what your goal is, or whatever it is, why not take advantage of the educational opportunity?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, that's awesome that you're thinking that way. And you would be surprised how many young athletes that I talk to that really don't have a clue as to what they want to do as far as the education part of it. So I like the way you're thinking. So this off season is coming up soon. You're turning the corner as far as high school is concerned, finishing that up. What is this off season going to look like? And when do you plan on getting up to Oregon?
I leave to Oregon less than 5 weeks, actually.
Okay.
So it's coming up real soon. So this off season, I gotta grind. Like I might just lock my phone up the whole off season, getting locked in for the season, so I can make sure. I mean, I know I'm not gonna go up there and start right away, but you know, I'm gonna take in what the older guys got for me, and like the standards, what they have like for the younger guys, because they're veterans. You know, like if the veterans don't like you, then something's wrong. So I gotta make sure they like me. And I'm doing what I'm doing, and whatever I got to do to help the team, you know what I mean? So
I love that. I love that.
For the ones putting in work when no one's watching. From the early risers to the late night ballers. Introducing Youngstar Creatine Gummies. The clean science-backed creatine gummy made for today's athlete. Boost strength, train harder, and recover faster. Youngstar, fueling today's future athlete.
These are the questions. I'm going to run off some questions. I'm going to call this like my true to self rapid fire. So it's questions that have nothing to do with football, but people may want to know. It may be lightly related to football. So what are you listening to, right, before the game? What are you listening to? What's playing in your headphones? I know I'm about to kill it out here.
You're not the first person who asked me that too. My teacher asked me that, and he was, when I told him what I listened to, he was like, "What?"
Okay.
So song I have on repeat before games, it's called 7 Summers. Let me see who it's by. I forgot who it's by. I think it's by Morgan Wallace. No, Morgan something.
Okay, you about to make that song go triple platinum.
It's a country song.
That's what you about to make. Well, it's probably already triple platinum then. You about to make it cross over then.
It's by this guy. It's called Seven Summers.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a country
So
song.
all you young edge guys out there, if you wanna play like Prince, man, get this up in your ear, man. Get this in your ear before the game. All right. You heard it here first. Tough Talk with Coach P. You heard it here first. All right. So second question.
Yes, sir.
Nutrition. What do you eat in a day?
You want me to be honest?
I want you to be honest. Now, look, I'm a guy. I train guys now, but I do know there is a quality to eating clean and a quality to eating dirty. So talk to me.
I try to eat clean, man. My mom cooks, but there's some days where it's like, oh, I gotta go eat this, I gotta go eat that. So, starting to now that I'm at the deadline to starting to leave, I feel like just started like eating cleaner because I don't know why I started so late. I messed up on that part. I should have been eating cleaner, but yeah, I do eat very a lot.
You got time to make it up. You know what I'm saying, sir? That you got time to make, and you got that young metabolism. See, I'm in my 50s. You understand what I'm saying? So I can serve what I want. But on Sundays, I do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. All right. So and then lastly, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh, favorite movie?
Yes.
I would say it's in between Scarface and Menace to Society.
Okay, and why?
Scarface. It's I feel like that movie like I took a film class too, so I dissect
Oh
movies
man.
a lot.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Breaking news. My man is deep. My man is deep. I bet y'all didn't know that. Okay, go ahead.
So I feel like after watching that movie so many times, it's like, I mean, I feel like the end goal of that movie was like, even if you have all the power and all the money and everything, you still end up falling short. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're missing one thing. And I don't know, I couldn't figure out what one thing it was, but he was missing something. And that's why he ended up falling short in his life.
Right. Okay.
But sometimes you have to think about like everything that he has done to other people, and it came back and got him like karma.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Menace
to Society. It's just a good movie to me, like showing how it was like long time ago, like how it was for average like Black African American male,
Right.
And it's just crazy that like how that movie took a big turn after he like tried to change his life after doing all the bad stuff that he did. Like I said, like the last one, like,
but it was too late.
He actually was trying to change his life and then ended up losing it because of something that he did.
Listen, the lesson in that, and this is a lesson that all people, particularly young people, particularly young men that look like you and me, right?
Yes, sir.
Can learn from that. Sometimes our actions, they catch up to us. And it doesn't matter that we decided to do right now. Those actions, they have consequences and they carry things.
I actually stand by this thing where it's you can pick your actions, but you can't pick your consequences. Like I read that like a lot. Like
you can pick your actions, but you cannot pick your consequences. Hey man, I think I might put that on a t-shirt. That's dope right there.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Like you can pick what you do, but you can't pick what comes after it. And that's what those movies were saying.
Man, that's dope, man.
The Standard is a youth mentorship program empowering young men ages 8 to 14 through athletics, personal growth, and structured guidance. Built on the values of discipline, teamwork, and integrity, The Standard connects sports with life lessons to help participants develop confidence, leadership, and strong character on and off the field.
You seem to have an old soul, man. I bet you like old, you like old music. You like from 80s and 90s. I bet you do. You seem like that type. Listen, don't ever lose that. Don't ever lose that, man. The mentality that you have, I can see with this interview why it translated to the field. And, with Tough Talk with Coach P, yeah, we want to keep it about the sports, but really we want to have those tough conversations because me personally, I want to be a resource. I was a single dad. I raised 3 boys. I know how tough it is to do that. I know how hard that could be out here. I know how hard it is for young men, right, that look like us, particularly when circumstances are not ideal, right? But it's the ones that have the right mental makeup, which you seem to have, that transcend those things. So I have no doubt that whatever it is that you put your mind to, you're going to make it happen. So with that, I'll give you an opportunity to promote anything that you have going on, or anything you want to say before I let you go.
Okay. I have a foundation. It's called Prince's Resilient Foundation. And my foundation focuses on helping the youth, you know, that came from quite the same background that I came from, and making sure that they're on the right path, and like if they need any resources, as much as resources I can give them, you know what I mean? And helping them play sports if they can't play sports or afford it, you know what I mean? So yeah,
I do.
that's one thing I'm gonna shout out is my foundation.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that. And so offline, young brother, we are going to have a conversation, because I may be able to help you out with that in a major, major way. So it would be my great honor and privilege to do that for you and to help you make it as big as it possibly can be. Before I go, when I do these true to self athlete spotlights, I always like to again speak life into the young men that are on the show. And that is what I'm going to do for you now. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. I believe in you. The young man that I just talked to on this podcast, man, you could do anything, and you are going to do anything. Man, you're going to change things. You're going to change the world. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. I'm telling you, that's in your future. And man, anything that I could do to help you reach that goal is a phone call away. You have my direct information, but I'm going to get with you on your foundation as well. I have some people that I could connect you with that'll be able to maybe help you with some financial resources and all that other good stuff. So I'll get with you after this call, man. So I'm praying for you, brother. I appreciate you, brother. You now have another resource in me. If there's anything I could do for you, and I mean it, I dare you. I dare you. I challenge you to put me to the test. You call me if there's anything I can ever do for you, young king.
I appreciate that.
All right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So we've just had the great Prince, the Fresh Prince of Lincoln High School here today. You have been listening to Tough Talk with Coach P. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
We don't chase. We create. They knock. They watch. We keep working. We keep building. We don't look up. Crowds form. We stay seated. Because the real ones find you. You don't gotta go nowhere. Just be true to self. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And welcome back to Tough Talk with Coach P. Listen, I love speaking life into these young men that come on to our show. And again, this was no different. This young man is very inspiring. If you don't know who he is, Prince Tavizon out of San Diego, Lincoln High School, now going to Oregon. I believe this young man is going to put it out on the line, and he's going to reach his goals. If you want to be our true to self spotlight athlete, please hit us up on Instagram at Coach P Tough Talk, and we'll definitely get you on. Let your voice be heard. Let your story be heard. Again, everything that we do here with Tough Talk with Coach P is to inspire the next generation of leaders, the next generation of men, the next generation of ballers. Also, we definitely want to inspire the next generation of coaches as well. Each one teach one. And me, as a guy who I believe has a lot of knowledge, and I believe I can help young people, particularly guys that are stepping up to volunteer and being the example for some of these young men in the community that we serve. I always want to remind guys that are in this game, that are in this business, that you might be the first example of what a great man is to some of these young men that you have the great privilege and honor to coach. So it is incumbent upon us to make sure that we know what we're talking about as it relates to football. Also, to be consistent and follow through. If we want our athletes to be true to self, then it's up to the leaders to be true to self as well. You have been listening to Tough Talk with Coach P, and this is going to be a short one today, but it's all good. It was all about my man Prince. I'm out.
Gotta give it up for Coach. Big shout out to the coaches. Shout out to coaches. You see, my coach, he believed in me since jump. I'm a product of his coaching. Gotta give it up for Coach. Big shout out to the coaches. Shout out all the coaches. Yeah. You see, my coach, he believed in me since jump. I'm a product of his coaching. Gotta give it up for Coach.